But the Nico up and available
sense
as well, and that gives him even more team fighting presence.
Yeah, I do think the matchup is playable as opposed to the Karma, which has actually been a really big detriment. I do like that from Gen G, though, that they don't blind, because Lahens is the type of guy that will just slam out a Karma, right?
Yeah. So
the Nongshim first comp, it's very solid. I do think that Mercs go kind of crazy with the Galleon Leona. That's always a little iffy, but you still have a lot of non-knock-up CC, or non-tenacity CC with your Wukong. Very straightforward teamfight comp. I'm a little worried about their early game, though, because I do think that the Nongshim composition can struggle when they fall behind early, because it is all short range. And you're playing against any Xin Zhao, which does worry me a little bit.
It's a 6v5, you know, from level 6 onwards, unless you count the extra Wukong. So we'll just have to see who's going to be able to come out with the right foot forward to get into the Rift for game 1.
Yeah, that's always, I do really like that when you go back and watch old League and you're like, how
yeah, how is this good?
Fits in the river. That's
it always reminds me of that the Guma stream where he was experimenting with it. Flash is traded here between Lahens and Duro. All right, let's see whether Trigger's going to be able to keep himself alive here.
No
Flash is up for Trigger, but not for Lahens. And so he could just be going down. The Audacious Charge comes in. And yes, he's got Eclipse. Yes, he's got Aftershock. But there's an auto attack from Ruler. And he says, I used to play for JDG. Wasn't that fun?
I think he's been the only one that has consistently been building damage on Galio. And it's actually been really fun to watch.
I don't mind just the one tank item, then full damage. I think that's kind of cool. As Gideon goes in, Cyclone will connect onto Canyon. And now the Monkey is forced to flash back into the pit as he got thrown over the wall. Chovy now with the Incinerate out is looking to lock down Lahens. As Gideon left on his lonesome and Chovy grabs first blood. Probably worst case scenario here of these objectives as Malignance is done, but a teleport towards his top side is Nongshim looking for a dive onto Kane, whose snipping is starting to hurt. Lahens and Kingen do wait a long time for this teleport to come forward as there's the exhaust onto Kingen, but it's not going to be enough to keep Keen alive. Lahens just barely surviving. But a well-calculated dive here. The exchange should be some plates and a Drake.
Yeah.
2025 got
That's
taken.
the only reason.
I think it's all taken up till 2030. As in goes Gideon, finds a Cyclone onto only the support. We know how that goes as Canyon throws the rest of them back. Shelly does sort of lose interest in the whole situation, does partially reset as the equalizer onto just Chovy by himself. Great stun though as the bear comes down. Pop blossoming the air is Duro. He looked fantastic while he did it though. No judgments here from me as no one's dead and the Rift Herald goes to Gen G. Well, to each their own. As Gen G is just going to wander over and take it.
Flashless Annie, I think, is actually a big deal. And then obviously the offensive capabilities of a Flash W or Flash Chibbers is also big.
Oh, that's so sexy. Goes past, gets another charge, but now Nongshim might have found an angle here. The Pop Blossom this time, though, is very, very good. Heroic Entrance does come down as Ruler manages to take down the Monkey. The flash out there from Canyon, but still gets taunted. Tries to go in because there's no way out. He's Xin Zhao. And that looked really cute, but ultimately wasn't great.
Nicely done by Nongshim, actually. Really clean. Oh, Lahens, if you die, that does kind of void how good that play was. Okay.
And now
things have looked decent so far.
Well, you're going to say that, and they're going to look for Chovy. They will be able to find him here. Pop Blossom is going to be the answer as True Shot Barrage takes down the Annie, but it's a 1-for-1 immediately. Still down goes the Nico as Trigger has found Ruler. He's Arcane shifting away, and Ruler is going to have to escape. Still, the rest of Gen G just mob things up. And Calyx, I believe he flashed over that wall to escape the play, and so a 2 versus 3. And the Otacon still going to be attempted here by Gen G. Not going to be able to take it just yet. Flash is available here for Canyon, but not going to have to worry about that Zenith Blade as that one goes wide. Pop Blossom will connect onto 4! And Duro finds the angle this time around. Chovy is also at full health as the equalizer decently placed, but it's a little too late. Never mind, the walking barbecue walks in. And Kingen doesn't last very long, still manages to get one of the kills back. That is something, as Chovy having a giggle. And Trigger, I think, will be able to get himself out. It's actually just a Q that they wait for to guarantee the stun. Over the wall goes the Frost Bomb, and Ruler is able to lock up that kill, and only Gideon's left alive. Then we can add some extra nevers.
Keen.
All right, Gen G looking for the play. There's the Crescent Guard, and now Trigger is in so much trouble. They're closing in from every angle as Ruler gets pounced on, but not before killing basically everyone. Exhaust goes down onto King, and he's just running for his life as Keen chasing after him, scissors in hand, and now Lehens, yeah, just on the wrong side of this one. There's the knock-up, and Canyon will be able to lock down this kill very comfortably. And this game, like, I don't know when it really happened, but it is now very over. You know?
Maybe Chovy dies?
Well, Calix is going to get that taunt down. Gideon's in here as well. Chovy running pretty fast and does have that Molten Shield as Canyon will get knocked up on his way in. Still Chovy able to go golden. And Gideon trying to get himself out, but it does not work. Now Duro finds Calix. And Duro doesn't really have very much, so the sad B is going to come out.
No, Duro, don't!
Why, there's the flash to interrupt, the Pop Blossom to lock him in place, and Canyon moseys on down and charges the Q. Doesn't actually manage to get the knock up as Calix does walk out of the way, but it doesn't matter, he's still dead. And in the meantime, Keen's like, all right, you guys done? Are you done with the funny business? It's time to win this game. I got stuff to do. Yeah. Equalizer goes down. Canyon takes it as Keen dashing on top of this rumble. Man, Keenan takes so much damage. He does have to immediately flash, but into the firing line goes the Leona, and down she goes immediately as Gideon, I believe, just killed a clone, but they also killed his clone as well, so clones traded.
They're still going.
Yeah, Genji just like not with very much health. Gideon also does sweep the ward as Canyon just dives on top of Trigger and murders him. And this Xin Zhao, I think, may be impossible to kill. As now Duro trying to keep himself alive in this backline as Calix and Gideon well and truly outside of this battle. And Genji are getting closed in on. These health bars are so low. Heroic charge to come in. And there it is. They do manage to take down Canyon. He is mortal in the end, but Ruler is
no, that was
not.
my head.
And Calix is still dead. Keen running with scissors, and that's dangerous, guys. That's what we've learned. And Genji are just going to win the game right here.
This is one of the least memorable Genji games I think that I've ever. It's so textbook.
It is so Genji.
It's so Genji that we will continue to ask until we have an answer. Is it really better to be in a group with Genji, T1, and Hanwha Life or not?
Well. Oh, is it?
But you can't, yeah, I was about to say.
It's Sherry.
So Duro can just kind of do whatever. I think that Nautilus is fine. I think that the aforementioned Rakan is fine. Rel's also fine. Really any hard engage, because they were kind of lacking that, I think is valid.
Stand United is going to get a fair bit of value here, though, because if the Grand Starfall is going to be used to try and assist in side lanes, then you can sort of answer that, make everything kind of a 2v2. And it does make Keen's job that little bit more difficult, right? Like, if he does get to a lead, he always needs to be aware of the fact that Shen can turn up to skew the matchup. So I think it looks kind of cute on the side of Nongshim. I think they've utilized red side a little bit better this time, sorry, blue side a little bit better this time around, and got themselves a pretty comfortable mid to late game team fighting composition. Super cool. That was always my favorite part of Christmas. It wasn't, it was the presents. Let's get onto the riff for game 2.
But the one I really love are stewed pears.
Oh, that's cute.
So you stew them in like, well, Lehens might still be in trouble.
I think he may be dead. He does get stunned up and does get taken down. There's the flash out as Duro survives. Ruler took a casual turret shot because he felt like he deserved to. And that's honorable of you, sir. Yeah, I guess this is his
Did I make that up?
Is that crazy? As Keen just face checks, there's the ghoulie wall. He just puts Trigger and Lehens in there, still has to flash. He's been amazing.
There with a vengeance. Keen, though, getting some visits here.
Oh dear, there's the stun. Ghoulie wall gets the flash. And Lehens able to shadow dash his way out. Has the aftershock there. That does wear off, though, as the extendo beam doing a bit of work.
It was good. Keen might be in trouble.
Yep, Gideon going for a bit of a drive here as the taunt is gorgeous, but the ghoulie wall, I mean, he's still dead, but a ghoulie wall was great.
The ghoulie wall!
Ghoulie wall!
Ghoulie wall was good! Yeah, he's dead.
It's a really good ghoulie wall.
Sorry,
I wish
Keen.
it meant something.
I know by a mission I called you the best top laner in the LCK, and if you're a believer in curses, that gank actually was directly due to me.
Yeah. And all right, Gideon. Chase after Canyon here, gets the wall slam, and there is the Impale as well. Public Execution comes down, Lehens is there. The Wombo combo's gorgeous! and they punish the Pantheon beautifully.
If he doesn't get stunned by the wall, he can obviously just flash out afterwards until the timeline diverges.
Yeah, there's a moment in there that the happiness ends. And speaking of happiness ending, the flash out here from Lahens to make sure that Keen's in trouble, and that is Lahens picking up the kill. That's
that is Lahens. That is the carry getting fed. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, Kingen is now making it underneath his turret. Ruler not quite hitting him with that boomerang blade, and does now want to try and take him down. There's the Magnet Storm. Grand Starfall brings Canyon forward. Ruler wanting to get this kill, and will be able to do so with the help of Canyon. Now
Keen is really struggling. Canyon is covering, is outside of vision. Could be a turnaround here, but Keen can't afford to die.
Gideon is going to spot him, as we can see. Morning Mist goes over, but I don't think they're too worried about it. There's the flash. The Impale hits both! And Keen is desperately trying to survive, and it's just not going to work. Keen with the help of all those shields.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this counter pick. I feel like this is one of those matches where if you do fall behind, it gets very unfun, as Lahens might be in trouble.
He is level 7. Emperor's Divide does come down, and they just wait for the wall and walk over it. Here is Keen. Catches the cross map between worlds, goes Chovy, and down goes Azir. Oh man, no wall, no chance. Still can't believe. First time he's ever played Aurora is in this game.
Unfazed in the face of... Oh no.
Kingen tries to get out, and unfortunately, it's a private execution, and that one doesn't connect. And Canyon going to be able to lock down the kill. Thankfully for him, Chovy doesn't get an assist, so maybe there's something to be said about that. As now Shelly going to walk her way towards an inner turret. This is going to be a bit of a swing for Nongshim if they can actually take this down as well. Void Grubs are going to spawn as Nongshim will look to try and take this one down. There's another conga line. And there goes the inner. So that is going to even things out. Canyon will be able to find Kingen, though, rotating down. And my god, the jungler is 1v1ing the top laner, and it is working! Public execution comes down as Chovy turns up as well. Between worlds coming on through there as Lahens looking to try and lock down Canyon. The Ignite's still ticking. One more tick, but it's not enough. Triumphant on the way out is this Pantheon. But now the jungler is sort of not welcome in this battle. Oh god, Chovy finding trigger.
Oh no, it's a horror movie! The bunny!
And Gideon just picks up the Krug and says, it's okay, I will hold this for you.
It's fine, the scary bunny is gone. This is kind of a Canyon staple. He's the same level and was up an item on his opponent.
Yeah. That's has just been started here, guys. It's not going down very fast. Ward goes over. That is going to be feats of strength over to Gen G. They do upgrade their shoes. Kingen trying to put himself in front. Calyx has a decent angle.
We're flipping.
Oh god, this doesn't feel good. Lahens has made his way back though, so it is a 5v5.
Hellforce.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Look at this, the Maiden is just being so frustrating. There's the taunt, but it's only on to one. The Magnet Storm is so much better still. Lahens trying to get himself out. Gideon as well. Everyone's limping. And oh god, the spears, and there is nowhere for them to go. Even Ruler is going to survive. Duro trying to escape. He gets into the bushes, and Genji just clean ace them.
What I'm doing here is...
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even really want to play the mystery game of like, and how did Lahens die here? Earlier on, we saw what this composition for Nongshim was trying to do.
Trigger, no!
So incredibly dead. Stabbed from every angle.
Yes.
Yeah. As public execution here, diving onto Canyon. He is pretty tanky. Kingen taken down to half, but Canyon will be finished off. Still, you're in Chovy's world now, and that is two very swift ones. Nongshim! You know what you can say? You can say, we got Canyon! And you absolutely did!
That sounds reminiscent of my experiences with Peak, where I'm like, with my little backpack hobbling behind.
That being said, I mean, I'm never happy when Cherry
truly
gets those votes.
Don't think it's Chovy. And I hope that...
I don't think it's Lahens either, as he's just going to blow up. Ruler able to lock down that kill as Duro, that Magnet Storm. All right, give it to Duro. I'm happy for him to take it. Nexus turrets are now falling down as all of a sudden this game is just done. Oh my god! Genji, when they're finished, they're really finished. Is it going to be the time? Is it actually Penta time? Keen, put him in the goalie wall. Put him in the goalie wall right now!
No!
As Chovy, oh god, the biggest troll play ever! Chovy just finishes the game!
No!
Oh, look at his face! Look at his face!
That's
Chovy's
the
gonna do
buff.
it!
You have to leave!
Oh, I mean, the minions are gonna kill it! As look at Ruler's face, I think enough time may have passed anyway, but still.
If Chovy would have left, maybe the non-Baron minions couldn't have done it.
Did his job, and the rest of the team.
This Gwen was good.
This is the problem, right, with Gen G is, but I do think, like, the amount of times I'm like, it should, oh, let's hear it, let's hear it. We need to listen in.
I'm not even joking.
You can see the stress in his face already.
If Chovy leaves...
Where are you going?
He knows!
Yep. Oh no.
Look at Duro!
Do you know what we needed? We needed all of Gen G and then King in space here as well. So he would have been cackling like a madman, I guarantee it. Ruler versus Pentakills. When is he going to catch a break? As Trophy did the most damage in the game, more than double what his opponent did, which is impressive stuff. And King in Against the World is looking like the situation here for Nongshim. Kind of crazy that, you know, this is what it's come down to. It's great to see Kingin still with, you know, the ability to do some damage and stuff like that. But Canyon going to grab his second POM. Kind of crazy. Reminds me of the Gumayushi POM that happened, the fact that he only has 200 points as well. I mean,
Thank you very much, guys. This is Deer for the POM interview translation, joined by Canyon on the side of Genji. Congratulations! Against Nongshim Red Force, you got a clean 2-0. And you're back on your streak. How do you feel? Their second consecutive victory, starting another streak is very great. It feels great, and I'm just glad that we're able to win today. Makes me very happy. And since the round 2 Nongshim match, when you got your POM, a long time has passed, but you got another POM. And back then, you actually got POM with Xin Zhao and also Pantheon. So did you... how do you feel? No, I think it's really mainly because they're all really good champions. Did you expect the POM today? No, not in particular. I didn't really think of it. See. Well, if we take a look at game 1, you actually simply marched in to steal the Void Grubs and zone the Wukong out of the pit. So can you walk us through that decision? You know, I had really good items, and my health was pretty high, and you know, Xin Zhao happens to be very good with sustain, and I can expect that he would survive in those kind of situations. So I think that's what led me to execute the play that I wanted. And in game 2, the legendary creature Pantheon was left open. However, the enemy took Azir first, so was this intentional? You know, Azir is also another rising star in this current meta. And so I think we really just wanted to make sure that we can split some of the good high-value picks. But after seeing them pick Azir, we just had to take the Pantheon. So how was playing Pantheon on stage? You know, it's been a long time, but you know, his damage is just kind of insane. So I had a lot of fun playing him on stage. And game 2 was actually just full of pain for Keen, so he could have called for your help. But what was your thought process? I think it's because of the swap, where we had to take the hit. But if I had gone to help him, I don't think the game state would have improved or anything like that. So I think my thought process is basically it's a lost cause. I need to focus on winning otherwise. And another heart-wrenching moment. At the very end, Ruler missed another penta, and the camera caught him right here, crashing out. Yeah, I mean, Ambessa, her movement is just too good. Just don't do it. Just wait. Don't go. He is crying out. And Trophy even waited for a little bit too. So how did the players feel? I really want to feed him the kill, and I was trying to run after him, but Ambassa had such good movement. Well, how was the atmosphere in the team? Did everyone else want to give him the kill? I think a few of them were just calling to steal it, and they didn't want him to get it. But I'm sure deep inside they all wanted Ruler to get the penta. I mean, Chovy was the one who was waiting, so that only leaves 2 players. Would you like to say any kind word over to Ruler? You know, we have a lot of stages left in the future. I'm sure that there's enough time for you to get another penta, don't worry. You are closing out round 3 with a victory, and your next opponent is T1. And for that revenge, any message over to them? Because we were defeated by T1, it was very regretful last time, so we want to make sure that we are prepared and make sure that we win. And that's the end of the interview with Canyon, and back to the space. Thank you.